make Nigeria the best place for us all as a people. The English Romantic poet Percy Bysshe Shelley in 1817 wrote a famous poem titled Ozymandias. There, this was a cautionary tale about a ruler who was so full of pomp, arrogance, and a diluted sense of self-importance. One is struck by the poet's description of the clueless ruler as he goes on to boast, "My name is Ozymandias, King of kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair." Tragically, according to the poem, when one looked around for these so-called works, one saw nothing except the decay. This poem mirrors our present national circumstance in a most uncanny way. Well, TNN is a national rejuvenation movement that was established to unite the Nigerian people and spearhead the struggle for fundamental political, social, and economic change. The TNN was inspired by people suffering on the ground. Team New Nigeria is stepping forward at this critical time to offer Nigerians a brand new platform to actualize their aspiration to take part in the management of Nigeria by playing effective roles and determining the leadership emergence process from their immediate environment. You will be glad to know that the platform Team New Nigeria covers the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. And for the purpose of efficient delivery, the TNN has structures at the 37 states, including the FCT, and the 6 geopolitical zones. We acknowledge the registration of 43 million members, 232,000 members nationwide. We have also approved the allocation of additional membership registration materials for Rivers, Bauchi, Benue, Lagos, and Kano State. The Membership Registration and Harmonization Committee is employed to work towards the registration of more people without delay. The membership registration form is free, not for sale. The leadership of Team New Nigeria has, at the moment, invested quality resources in terms of time, outreach, engagement, and critically studied the existing socio-economic and political atmosphere in Nigeria. By so doing, it has identified unique disruptive avenues and will have to engage diligently with all relevant stakeholders in order to achieve its objectives. This organization, taking a leap into its leadership, membership, and reach across the country, you will be left with no doubt that it will endure the test of time by championing the cause of superior logic, novel ideas, and engagement in robust socio-economic activities. Today, the Nigerian economy is in its worst ever shape, with suffering and pain on an unprecedented scale. Hyperinflation and an ever-increasing price of basic items, including food, have all combined to inflict unbearable pain on millions of Nigerian households. Parents are being forced to make hard choices between seeking prompt health care for their sick children and providing meals with their meager resources for families. Our middle class stands the real risk of being wiped out on the back of an obnoxious debt restructuring program. While our people struggle to keep their heads above water, government officials continue to exhibit high levels of greed, corruption, arrogance of power, dishonesty, blatant state capture, and conflict of interests. Amid all the suffering, the government remains obstinate and refuses to back down from the costly mistakes that lead us here in the first place. They continue to waste the precious little we have on dodgy and misguided projects, programs, and on a bloated government as they tighten the noose on the helpless citizenry by piling on more taxes and expropriating our money through try-and-see measures. Government offers no semblance of genuine sacrifice on its part. The state institutions today stand as pale shadows of themselves, undermined and politicized to the point that they consider themselves an extension of the governing All Progressive Congress. It is under the APC-led federal government that we have seen the youth being traumatized, critical voice being suppressed, and democracy being replaced with dictatorship. The youth see no future in their country of birth. They see no silver lining at the edge of the cloud, which often appears dark and gloomy, with no ray of sunshine seeping through. Who is to blame then, when after years of struggling to earn an education, they are condemned to unemployment and acute lack of opportunities? If not remedied, some graduate and postgraduate degree holders may hit the pension age and never employ in their entire lives, save for National Youth Service. It should worry us deeply that the average young Nigerian would grasp any opportunity to flee the despondent climate under which they live in favor of even the most menial jobs in other countries. We have always had our people going in search of greener pasture abroad, but the current mass exodus of active workers and professionals is profoundly worrying. The loss of all hope that anything good can come out of this country, or that any available opportunities will be equitably shared among our people, has accounted for this. For some sections of our population, the unveiling of our national fabric and the unraveling of our national fabric and the collapse of our economy under this government forms sufficient basis to dismiss all public office holders and politicians, both in government and out of government, as the same. Some have lost all hope in the democratic experiment and believe it is no better than other forms of governance. These are the predictable effects of the betrayal of the people's trust by the APC-led federal government. We wish you could say this in a more pleasant way, but you are the better judges. This is because there is an increasing gap right now between the Nigerian society and Nigerian political system. And it is one of the reasons a change has become absolutely necessary. In our present state, it is no longer sufficient to sit on the sidelines and offer suggestions, which are most likely to be ignored. We must stand up and be involved in an effort that will prevent our dear nation from derailing. Therefore, following extensive nationwide consultation with stakeholders and other interested Nigerians, we clearly realize that there emanated an overwhelming desire to form a broad-based political party to genuinely provide a platform for involving Nigerians in the transformation of their country into a positive future for all, free from the injustice of corruption, anti-democratic values, insecurity, and hopelessness. To achieve these goals, we have established the following committees with appropriate terms of reference. Legal and Constitutional Compliance Committee with Professor Muhammad Zakari Yaro as chairman. Political Management Committee with Professor Silva Opoala Charles as chairman. Contact and Mobilization Committee with Alhaji Umar Yusuf Ayelagbega as chairman. Finance Committee with Dr. Adebayo Akin-Omotoyi as chairman. Publicity Committee with Dr. Muhammad Adai Shayabu as chairman. Structure Committee with Professor Ehenacho Agboti as chairman. Conference Committee with Professor Wazir Garba Dairu as chairman. And Membership and Registration and Harmonization Committee with Senator Ibrahim Muhammad as chairman. The objective of these committees is to prepare the TNN for the party registration, and these committees have satisfactorily concluded their assignment. Nigeria wants to see a change in the culture and efficacy of governance. They want to see genuine change in the way government functions at all levels. I therefore would like to see this opportunity to tell you that with your support, the TNN will provide not only an alternative government, but an alternative culture of governance rooted in the ideals of democracy. We have embarked upon this nationwide program of rallies to start a new dialogue with the good people of Nigeria. In the new situation that has arisen in the country, we have gone to the extent of developing a flag, a logo, a name, constitution, manifesto, and proceeded to engage with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, informing them of our desire to register the TNN as a political party. The INEC has already acknowledged the receipt of our application to register TNN as a political party in Nigeria. The copy of the INEC acknowledgement letter is hereby presented to you for your scrutiny. In the coming weeks, a national rollout of plans will happen in the TNN. The first of which is the national conference, which is scheduled to take place on the 5th of April, 2025 in Abuja. There we will formally make public presentation of the TNN's manifesto and constitution. The local organizing committee for the national conference plans to host TNN chairman of the 704 local government areas, state chairman, national executive committee, and other structures and committees. We have already unveiled the TNN's symbols as a political party in Kano on 1st March 2025. The motto of the party is Unite and Rebuild the Nation. The slogan of the party is Greater Nigeria. The flag of the party is green-white, with an image of hands held together in the center, red with TNN emblazoned below it in white on black background pen. Interpretation of the flag is green for growth, responsible and sacrifice, white for peace, redemption, and unity, red for solidarity, courage, and love, black for emancipation, justice, and honor. Let us thank INEC for resuming the nationwide continuous voters registration exercise. Our people are advised to take advantage of this development and register en masse. And may the INEC be independent, apolitical, unbiased, and neutral. With this, I conclude my remarks and since